All right, hey ladies, welcome to day 3 of the Power series. Today we're focusing on worthiness, which is one of my absolute favorite words. And we're going to be talking about worthiness in terms of self-love, but also in terms of romantic love. So I hope that you'll show up and you'll hear this word today that I want to share with you. So as you know, the Power series is meant to be a quick punch, right? So as you are watching each video, you can go to bit.ly/fierce TV and you can catch up on the first 2 days, or you can watch them in our Facebook group, bit.ly/unleash. bit.ly/Fear Squad, and it's called the Unleash Your Fear Squad on Facebook. So, as you know, for our first day of power, we focused on I am powerful. So these are simply affirmations that I want you to literally embody. As we've been talking about day after day, you manifest what you are consistently and repetitively thinking and feeling and believing about yourself. Your thoughts ultimately lead to your feelings, and your feelings are always going to reveal what you believe about yourself, what you're feeling on the inside. So on day number 1 for power, we focused on I am powerful, and our pose was up, right? So I'm giving you guys power poses every day. You just put your hands straight up in the air. For day number 2, we focused on the O, which is being open, right? How can you be open to trusting yourself and trusting God as you continue on this journey, right? And then our pose for that was your arms are spread wide open, right? You can't see it on the video, but they're spread wide open. So it's I'm powerful, I'm open, and then today is I am worthy. Right? So as you know, you have 3 steps to this process. The first step is that you want to look in the mirror or in your room or when you are alone, and you want to simply say to yourself 10 times, right? I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy, right? Because with the repetition and repeatedly saying things, that's how you change things, right? It takes at least 30 days for you to change a habit. So you gotta have some type of, it takes at least 21 days to break a new habit and to start a new habit. So you have to be consistent. 30 days is an excellent way for you to break into your next space or next level, right? Like right now, I'm doing a workout routine. I'm on day number 9. So that means I got to keep going, because once I hit day 21, it should become easier for my body to move into work, but it'll become easier and more of a habit, right? It's already a habit, but I'm going to keep it going till I get there. So when we're talking about feeling worthy, so first thing is saying I am worthy 10 times, right? In the mirror to yourself, or when you feel like you need to fill that up. The main thing that you need to understand about worthiness is that it is an illusion, right? And we hear it all the time, but it oftentimes is rooted in where we don't believe, right? We don't believe in ourselves. We don't think we're good enough. We don't think we're smart enough. We don't think we're pretty enough. We don't think that we're qualified enough. We don't think we're ready enough. We don't think that we are feminine enough. So it's really that not enough, right? We think that we're not enough of something. Or it could be the opposite, where you feel like you're too much, like I'm too this, I'm too that. So both of those things are rooted in unworthiness. And when you are in a place where you don't feel worthy, right? Then you oftentimes, I won't say attract, I will say you oftentimes entertain, or you end up in repetitive cycles or places that you don't want to be in. And the easiest place to see those are in our relationships. Hey, the easiest place to see that is in our romantic relationships, is in our friendships, because people are mirrors. So they're constantly going to reveal things back to you that you need to become aware of. And when it's repeating over and over again, it's really something you need to be like, oh, okay. So when it comes to worthiness, worthiness is not about something that you do. You can have a million titles, you can have a million degrees, you can go searching for your worthiness all over the world. You're not going to find it, because it's not something you do. It is who you be. I know my language is a little much, but worthiness is not what you do. It's not you going to get a doctorate. That's not going to make you worthy. That's not you having sex with your guy all the time. That means you're doing something to make you feel like you're worthy. That is an illusion, right? It's really about who you are. It's really about who you be on the inside. So it's about you making that decision that I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. And then once you make that decision in your mind, I am worthy, then it's going and taking action on that thing. Because I'm worthy, I'm going out and I'm going to become this man magnet that's going to attract my husband, because I know that I'm worthy, right? Or because I'm worthy, I'm applying for this position. My boyfriend and I were talking about this the other day, that guys apply for positions that they're not even qualified for, and they do it all the time. But women feel like they have to have all of their ducks in the row because they don't feel like they're qualified enough. They don't feel like they're ready enough. They don't feel as though they are worthy enough, right? They don't think they're worthy enough, right? of doing a particular thing. So then they don't do it. And then a guy will apply, he will get that position and not be qualified and figure it out. I know so many men that have done that. So many men who have rose up through the ranks. And I'm just like, and you was just like the gym teacher the other day. And now you're like the superintendent. What? Right? So you got to learn that it's not about who you do. It's not about titles. It's not about certifications. It's not about having more than somebody else. It's really about who you are. It's really about what you believe. So what I want you to challenge you to do today is I want you to sit down and make a list of all the they're doing the most outside. Can you hear them? With these motorcycles, what? But anyway, I want to challenge you to make a list of all of the ways in which you feel like you are not enough. So not smart enough, not skinny enough, all of the limitations that you put on yourself where you feel like you're unworthy. And next to that, I want you to turn that into an affirmation that you can add to the power series. So again, day 1 is the P is I'm powerful. Day 2 is the O is I'm open. And then day 3 is I am worthy. So looking at those things, so I'm not good enough, right? I want you on the other side to turn that into an affirmation. And then on the side of that, I also want you to think about where did this thing come from, right? So the fact that I feel like I'm not, skinny enough, where did that come from, right? When I was 10, I went to sports camp, and somebody that I'm still kind of cool with now, I can remember she said to me, she was cool with me, but she wanted to fit in. So she said to the other girls, because I was chubby when I was little, and she went up to, some of the little other girls that was there and boys. And when somebody said that I was fat, she went along with it, right? So it's not the fact that they said I was fat. I don't think I really even cared about that. I couldn't, as a little 10-year-old, I was like, I couldn't believe that she jumped across ship to the other side and then was projecting that back onto me. I didn't know what that was at the time, but I couldn't believe that. Right. So yet and still, as I grew older, then I would gain weight. And I remember when I came home on that day, both of my parents were asking me because I was very down. I was very upset. They kept trying to ask me what happened, what was wrong, because they all knew her because my mom's friends with her mom. My mom, her sister is my god sister. It's my mom's goddaughter. So it's not like we're not going to see them again. But she jumped ship so quick and was like, "Oh yeah, you are fat, girl. What?" So it's almost like, hey, so it's almost like, I think that kind of became part of my own idea of worthiness. So so I would feel as though I wasn't worthy enough to date certain people. Like, I'm like, I can't date an athlete, or I can't date somebody who's very attractive, or so on and so forth, because I'm not worthy of that, right? And my worthiness went back to those types of incidents where she's saying, "Oh, you're so fat." So I thought, "Oh, I'm not thin enough." And then I remember, so maybe that's when I'm 10, when I'm 14, I had my first love. And I swear the first time that we talked, it was like we fell in love. I know that's weird, but we really had that instant connection. I feel like to this day it's still kind of there in a way. Not, I don't like him, but you could definitely tell that he still has that, like, oh, if he sees me, right? But in fact, he reached out to me a couple days ago. Isn't that weird? And I'm like, bro, you got a whole wife. Why are you reaching out to me? But they will try it. Y'all know that they will try it. They don't care, right? They don't care. But, but, anyway, I remember him saying something to the effect of, like, I overheard him or saw a text where he said to somebody else that he would, decide to be in a relationship with me officially if I was smaller or I was thinner, right? So what does that do? That is, I don't want to say qualifying, but that is basically going back into the beliefs that I had. So I'm starting to build this up in the back of my mind, right? That I'm not thin enough. So I'm not worthy enough. So the type of relationship I want or desire is not going to come to me, right? Because I'm starting to build up the story. And then because I have the story, and this is what I'm constantly thinking and feeling and repeating, and my mind, I'm attracting people that are just, what is he doing? He's bringing that back to my face. He's the mirror. I'm 14. I don't know what that is. What? I don't know. What is a mirror? Like, what? I don't know anything about boys. I don't know anything about men. So I'm obsessing if he's not calling, right? Or texting or whatever the case may be. I don't even think we had texting. I don't know. I think it was calling. I think it was this getting on like three-way or getting on the phone. But anyway, hence you see how I created this story. So then I thought that there's something I have to do to be worthy. I have to prove it, right? And then in order for me to prove it to a guy, that means I need to lose weight, right? And guess what? That's not something I was drawn to do. So I didn't do that. I didn't do it, but I did end up attracting a partner who ended up loving me for who I was. So I didn't feel like I had to lose weight. However, that unworthiness seeped into other areas and other insecurities that played out in that relationship when I was young. Right? Which ultimately led to a bootleg relationship and ultimately led to a bootleg breakup, which ultimately led me to create my business like a while ago, right? A long time ago. So anyway, obviously you see how the cycles work. We know that there's always pain for purpose, right? But the purpose of today is about being worthy. So I had to learn once I saw those repetitive cycles in relationships, even when I was young, because I was like, yo, I'm not about that life. Like, I like nice guys. I like people that are loyal. I like people that are faithful. And then also, I love my body. I love myself. And I have to learn that because it's not about me losing weight to fit into an image for you. I'm worthy whether I'm a size 22 or I'm a size 2, bruh. So you either going, this is what you're getting. So if you cannot handle it, then that's on you, because I know that I'm worthy and I'm going to go out and I'm going to be who I am, attract to attract, and do my thing, right? Because I know that who I be is I'm worthy, right? I know that because I love myself. I care about myself. I cherish myself. I value myself. And I'm sexy as fuck, okay? So, and that's what I believe. So because that's what I believe, that's what I radiate, right? The story that I had when I was 10 that I'm fat. I'm not, that means I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified to be with the athlete. And guess what? I didn't date like athletes or anybody real popular. I'm like, oh, that ain't my speed right there. Right? That ain't my speed because I'm not worthy enough to do that, right? Girl, bye. That's a whole entire lie. But these are the messages that I told myself when I was little Tara, right? And I had to learn how to let those go. So long story short, first thing again you're going to do today is I want you to say I am worthy 10 times. Second thing, make yourself a list. What are all of the not enoughs, right? Or the things you don't feel like you're worthy. Like, I don't feel worthy of having this type of relationship, or I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm thin enough. I don't feel smart enough. I don't feel wise enough. I don't feel qualified enough for that job. Make your list. Next to it, write down, turn that limitation into an affirmation. So instead of saying I'm not skinny enough, on the other side, you're going to put I'm fine as fuck. Okay, right? I'm fine as I don't know what. So guess what? He going to get this whole entire thing, right? He going to get the biscuits and the butter because this is exactly what I'm giving, okay? And then on the other side of that, again, I want you to write down, where did that belief come from? And I want you to release that thing, even just verbally saying it and release it. And if you have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over, hey, over and over. Do it as many times as you need to in order for you to let it go. Because once you become conscious of it, as long as it's living in your unconscious, like me, it was living in my unconscious when I'm younger. So I am attracting, bootleg guys. Mind you, I'm a teenager. So that's why teenagers normally have bootleg relationships, because they're not conscious. Nobody teaches relationships in high school. So you need to know that. So worthiness is not about what you do. It's about who you be. It's about who you are. All right. So who are you at your core? Who are you at your being? What do you really believe about yourself? So being worthy is also believing that I am the prize. I'm a prize. I'm a gift. So, okay. So you can give people a gift at any time. There's no qualifications for that. Obviously, if there's like a birthday or a special celebration, you could do gifts, but you can get a gift at any time. So if I'm going in for an interview and you want to have me, I am a gift. If I'm applying for your program, again, not being because I'm conceited, because I'm confident. I know I'm worthy. So I'm going after what I want. So I'm going to apply for this job. And I know that I'm bringing great value to you, because I recently applied for something and they was talking about the interview was this and that. And I'm like, pause. And I definitely emailed, okay, excuse me, because guess what? Just like I am going in to be interviewed, you're interviewing me. I'm interviewing you too. And I'm worthy of having an experience that I want, right? So again, worthiness is not about what you do. It's about who you are. It's about the mindset that you have. So I know I'm a gift because I know of my experience. I know my what I'm bringing to the table, if you will. So I know that when I come in, I'm a good gift. So if I get into your program, then I know like I'm gonna make your school shine. Because that's me. I know who I am. Okay. So if you are not like not in alignment or not, no, then I'm not coming there. The same is true with a relationship, right? I'm a gift. I'm a prize. So don't put me on a pedestal. I'm not gonna put you on a pedestal. I'm not gonna make you an idol or anything of that nature. But I'm a prize. If you cannot prove to me, right? If you're not demonstrating to me that you recognize that I'm a prize just because of who I am, there's nothing more I gotta do. I don't gotta get fake lashes. I don't gotta cook you dinner every day. I don't gotta text you every day. I don't have to do anything to prove anything to you. Now you need to show me if you're worthy of my time. But I'm the gift, I'm the prize. Right? And you can add that into your affirmations. That's an old one that a lot of my clients used to say, especially if they did like magnetic with men. Boot camp, right? We say I'm a prize like all the time, right? So again, keeping that in mind, it's a mindset. And once you set your mind, I'm a prize. Once you set that, then you operate as a prize. So once you say I'm worthy, then we're operating in worthiness. So guess what? I'm already qualified. When I was born, God already qualified me. Right? I'm already called. Right? I'm already called. I'm already qualified. Right? He doesn't call to qualify. He qualifies to call. They already called. You already qualified. Right? When I was born, God already knew that he was going to give me this gift. So it's nothing more I gotta do to prove to you. Now that doesn't mean like maybe like as I'm a speaker that I don't go out. I don't have like a speaker sheet and say this is what I do and all that. If y'all want me, y'all want me. Y'all don't want me, y'all don't want me. Okay. But I know my worth. So I'm not going to settle, right, for anything less than me being worthy and me being a prize and me being a gift, right? Because when you're with me, it is an honor, right? It's a privilege. If I'm your partner, let me tell you, this is an honor, right? And again, not because I'm better than you, not because I'm privileged. I mean, not because, well, it is a privilege for you. But it is. And the same is true with friendships. Like, don't be overstepping and doing too much, right? Because it is an honor to be here. And the same is true for me. I want to feel the same way with you. It is an honor and a privilege for me to call you my friend. So I'm going to treat you as such. I'm going to treat you accordingly, right? And the same is true for a partner. The same is true for him. I'm going to treat him accordingly and vice versa, right? We want to be on the same level playing field because we want to be in alignment. We want to be at that same level and we want to then grow at that same level, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So again, 10 times, I am worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, Hey, it's a little song. I probably should make a song. Then you want to do your assignment, right? Where do you feel like you're not worthy? Where do you feel like you're not enough? Turn your limitation to an affirmation. And then also, what's the root of it? What's the root? You cannot change the fruit unless you change what? Right? The root. You got to get to the root of it. Where is it coming from? Release it. Like that person that called me fat when I was 10, I've had to forgive her a couple times, right? Because I realized that's lingering over me. That's holding me back because I'm thinking about what the shit she told me. Girl, and guess what? Crazy part is you called me fat when I was 10, but I was just on your Facebook and girl, okay, you obviously have been eating, so and it's not to throw shade, but it's like we gotta release, we gotta let go and start over, right? You can forgive, I mean you gotta forgive, but you gotta forgive and you gotta let go, right? So anyway, y'all know I keep it real. So last thing, I am worthy pose, right? It's like this, right? It's simply like you got your arms on you and I love you. So almost like, I am worthy, right? And because guess what? I'm worthy because I love myself. And because God, he made me wonderfully, fearfully. Okay, sis? When he knew me before I came out the womb. So I knew I was born fierce. That's why my book is called Born Fierce, right? Because he already knew when I was born. He knew I was going to be popping, okay? I just had to learn that, right? And our purpose in being here is to become the highest, fullest expression of yourself. Hey, you said this is so on time, and guess what? I just emailed you before I got on here to see how you've been doing. So that's crazy, but that's good. That means we're in alignment. But right, so anyway, you got to become the highest, fullest expression of yourself. So guess what? I'm going to be fierce. I'm going to be confident when I'm walking into the room. Listen, that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be fierce. I'm going to be confident. And y'all are going to know me, right? You're going to know me by the fruit that I produce. Okay? Pull out that Bible. Here's the last thing I want to share. So I was on Instagram this weekend. And y'all know Sierra and Russell Simmons, right? So y'all know now everybody asking Sierra, what prayer did you do to get Russell? So guess what? Lala Anthony asks Russell. Russell was like, well, y'all always asking Sierra, but y'all ain't never asked me what prayer did I say so that I could be with Sierra, right? Because you know Sierra used to be with Future's whack ass. I like Future's music, but him as a partner, terrible. Be doing the most. Just be doing the most. Okay. Somebody's messaging me. Okay. So anyway, so he goes through his list. He had 5 things he wanted. I don't remember every single thing. I know that he said that he wanted a woman that was faithful. You saw that Instagram? Yeah. And they just wrote an article about it on exonicole.com. So I'll post it in here so y'all can see it later. Sorry. But anyway, his number 5 is that's what took my heart, right? And me and my own partner was looking at it, and he was like, oh, that sounds similar to us. So his number 5 was his number 3, I think, was he wanted a woman that that was independent, that had purpose. So she had a mission, she had a vision, she had her own thing. Basically, he gonna be out doing his football, doing his thing. He wants a woman that's not gonna be all up under him, that's not gonna be clinging all on him. I just had a call with somebody about this yesterday, and she literally said to me on a call, I really, I like being all up under my man. And I was like, excuse me, what? What do you mean by that? Right? And man clearly is not with it. Like he's literally telling her, sis, he was basically like, I would want to be with you, but you're like all up on me. You're constantly calling me. You're constantly texting me. You're constantly trying to be in my face. That's not attractive. That's not magnetic to anybody, even to a friend or a family member when you want to be all up on somebody, right? It's not. That's like getting into being codependent, and that's not healthy, right? That's a whole other life. But anyway, that number 3, I love that, right? Number 3, I love it. But number 5 is what I really love. So number 5 says he really wanted a woman who would tilt the room when she walked in. T-I-L-T. Tilt. You ever tilted the room? Right? Like tilt the room when she walked in, because she would be so stunningly magnetic, radiant, gorgeous. And not just physically, but from the inside out. Because I believe his number 1 or number 2 was she has to be a woman of faith. Right? So obviously that's that spiritual side. But he's talking about combining all of that together. When she basically walks in, she's that powerfully positioned woman, and she can tilt the room because everybody gonna be like, okay, Sierra, we see you coming in, right? So, and I thought that was beautiful, right? Because that's rare that A, you're going to get a man to say that. B, he going to record it and post it. But then that he's just so happy about it when he's sharing about it, right? And I do believe that there are men out there like that. I got one. And it took me a while to cultivate myself to be able to be in that position to have one. But I believe that every woman can have that. If, again, she changes her thoughts and what are you constantly thinking and believing? Are you feeling like you can have someone who's going to cherish you and value and believes you are tilting the room when you walk in? That's what I believe, right? I believe I walk in and I'm telling him, I don't even got to walk in, right? I believe that he already know that in his mind, whether he's in front of me or not. He already know I'm tilting the room, right? He thinking that right now, right? When he called, babe, are you tilting the room? You already know, right? So anyway, I know that was a lot. But anyway, I just loved seeing that as at the end of his list. He had his 5 things he wanted, and that was number 5. But the way he said it was like, oh. So anyway, you can go find it probably on Instagram. I'm sure it's floating on Facebook now. There again, I'm going to post the article so you can read through his list, because I thought hearing his list from a man's perspective, especially a good man's perspective, I thought that was excellent, right? And again, if you want to get into that vibe where you can attract, and that's not just relationships, that's every area of your life. You got to start feeding yourself those type of messages. So when I was single before I attracted my partner, I'm watching Russell. I'm watching other people that are on the same wave, because guess what? It helps to shift and change. And I remember I had a prayer that was like, God, please show me, trying to remember if I remember exactly, but please give me positive examples of a loving man. And of a loving husband and a loving man and loving his family. You know, I was something to that extent because I wanted to see more examples, and I started to see more examples. And when I would see those examples, you know what I'm saying? You got to embody what you want to manifest. I would be like, ooh, right? When I would see them like kissing, I'd be like, ooh, okay, that's how me and my man going to be. Okay, right? That's what I would be thinking because I started to embody it. So I knew like, okay, you can do it. That's for me. Sierra, you doing it? Okay, sis, I'm next. Like it's, again, I believe it and I'm constantly believing it. I'm next. This is coming. This is for me. And guess what? When I least expect it, here comes my partner. And again, even when he showed up, I honestly didn't. I was like, okay, you all right. Like, okay. Because I wasn't like, so like, I wasn't desperate. I wasn't like, oh my God, I gotta find somebody. I wasn't like that at all. I was in a constant state of, I'm powerful. I'm open. God, I'm open. Whether it comes tomorrow and in 20 years, then that's just what it is. And then I got into, I am worthy, right? I'm worthy of being pleased. I'm worthy of being loved, of being cherished, of being valued. And I see her being cherished. Oh, like I'm taking in that energy, right? And I'm feeling my own self of it. So that's how I'm magnetic, right? That's how I'm vibing. That's how I pull it in and attract it to myself, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So again, quick recap, because I got too into tilt in the room. Y'all obviously see how I got into it. But number one, again, remember, so I am worthy. So say it 10 times. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy, right? Another way to manifest quickly is to add sound. I don't know if I've told y'all this, but whether that's clapping, right? That's why people like music, right? Because it helps to get the vibration. It raises the vibration up higher when you have sound, right? And it changes the energy in the room when you have sound attached to something. That's why we like music, right? Because it gets you up. That's why everybody's doing like the online DJ thing, because everybody is down and some people are starting to get anxious and tense and depressed and they need something to lift them up. So what they want here, music, because it gets you moving. Same thing. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Even working out, I'm worthy. Yay. You know, you want to get into a dance. I'm going to have to make an album. Okay. So say it 10 times. In the mirror if you can. If not, if you like, oh girl, I ain't ready to look at myself, we're gonna get there, okay? Do that if you can. Make your list, your limitations, where you feel like you're not worthy, where you feel like you're not enough, because I guarantee you they're there. They're going to pop up every now and then. The goal is for you to be able to shift out of that shit quick. And once you start to evolve yourself and grow yourself, you will be able to. You'll have your moment and you'll be able to snap out of it once you learn some new tools and techniques. Probably from me, or somebody else. And then lastly, number 3 is your power pose, which is I'm worthy, right? It's like, I love like, I'm the prize. I'm worthy. I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. I'm this. And not because I'm conceited, but because I love myself that much. God, not because I'm perfect, but God loves me this much, honey. So guess what? And I done sinned before. I done did something bad before. And God has grace and mercy on me. He still loves me. He still loves me. I still love me because I give myself grace and mercy. So I'm not perfect. I'm not going to be the perfect partner. I'm not going to be the perfect mom. I'm not going to be the perfect wife. I'm not going to be the perfect person at my job. But I know I'm lit. So maybe I'm not the perfect person. But if I'm your wife, it's about to be lit. And if you are too dumb to understand that, bro, you're missing out. Because I'm the prize, and the right person is going to understand that. The right employer is going to understand that. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this was helpful to somebody out there. Hopefully it resonated with somebody out there. So just so you know, I go into this and more in our Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. I know there's some graduates on here. I know there's some newbies that just signed up on here, which is awesome. So in module number 4, we go all into master and sacred relationships. So we take all of this particular topic and go a lot deeper. And not only that, you also get the free bonus of the entire Magnetic Women program. So I know the actual coaching is about 7 to 8 weeks. Magnetic Women is about 3 weeks in and of itself. So it's up to you whether you want to do them both together or if you want to go through Powerfully Positioned Women Academy first and then go through some of the coursework for Magnetic Women. But honestly, it's a deal, right? Because you're basically getting 2 for 1. So the price that you would pay for Powerfully Positioned Women Academy right now is the price of paying for Magnetic with Men by itself. So if you imagine if you did both of them, you would have paid double. Right now, you're only paying one price for one of them, but you're getting both in addition to all the other coursework and all the other bonuses. So if you're interested in mastering sacred relationships, becoming more powerful, this is our pose, becoming more open, right? Feeling more worthy, feeling more empowered, that's coming tomorrow. And then feeling more radiant, hey, that's probably my favorite one, right? Then you obviously want to sign up. We still have 3 spots left. So, and they are going to sell out by the time we get to Sunday. So if you have a friend who's interested, feel free to let them know. If you're catching a replay, let us know what from today really resonates with you. But if you're ready to unleash the fierceness that you know is in there, but you're like, I need to pull this out. I'm ready to go to my next level, and you need accountability, you need support. I will give you a fierce foundation to start out with. I will teach you the process of elimination, preparation, and manifestation. How does that process work? How do you release the old, right? How do you position yourself for the new? I will teach you how to manifest those things that you want. Like, how do you get that guy? Right? How do you get him on a physical plane? Right? If you have that business, how do you end up with your dream clients? Right? Because this year I've been blessed to have some dream clients. I've had some over the years, right? But I continue to allow them to come forth. Now there's other people that pop up and I'm like, okay, you're not it. Right? Like, I don't think I'm the coach for you. But normally 98% of the time, they are definitely in alignment with who I am, you know, what I feel like I'm called to do. And we're disconnected, right? And I appreciate that. But that's a vibe. That's the energy that you put out. And just alone this week, just today, yesterday, the last 2 weeks, I've had like 5 people come to me. There's a new idea I've been working on, and I'm like, should I do that? Right? So it's something I want to focus on for April. And guess what? 5 people in like the last couple weeks. Today alone, I had 2 people. I had somebody message me. I had somebody call me and ask me. And I had somebody DM me yesterday about this too. And they were like, hey, I noticed blah, 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 blah. Like, can you mentor me on blah, blah? And I'm like, that's the thing that I've been working on. So, and I've been feeling like it's time for me to unleash this part of my own self. So it's like, wow, right? How it comes into alignment, right? And how you position yourself. So I had to eliminate, let go of some old stuff, right? Because in the past, I'm like, I don't think that's really for me. I'm not going to do it. It's too much. So I had to eliminate some shit. Then I've been preparing for it behind the scenes, in addition to coming here to do Spring Clean Your Life and to do Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. And now it's going to manifest. And it's manifesting with people literally coming to me. And I believe that's God sending his people to me like, okay, Tara, it's time. Like, are you ready? Or they were like, do you have something available for this? Like, how much does this cost? I'm like, okay, y'all are like moving quick. So anyway, you got to know how to plug in, tune in to your intuition, to the divine downloads, be able to understand and operate in your calling and move to the next level in your calling when you feel that it's time to do so. That's why I teach you how to tap into your purpose a little bit deeper. I teach you how to persevere when it gets hard. Like I've been wanting to give up my business like 53 times, which I tell you all the time. Not recently, but when I first started, the first couple years, because I didn't invest in a coach just yet. And I thought I knew what I was doing because I was just reading stuff online. I didn't know what I was doing. But I had to invest in a coach, right? I had to invest thousands of dollars. I had to read tons of books. I had to do tons of trial and error. So recently when somebody tried to just copy my whole brand and change Unleash Your Fierce to Release Your Fierce and put her picture on my picture. Girl, what are you doing? Do you know how many times I've cried, how many times I've prayed, how many times I've done trial and error, how much work that I have actually put into building up my platform, girl. So yeah, so she got a nice little cease and desist letter, number 1. Number 2, but it also has helped me to be like, okay, it's time for me to level up. Because you think you fierce. Okay, let me rise up to my next level. So I'm also in the process of powerfully positioning myself, but because I've been through that process, I know how to make that happen. I know how to make that work. So I know how to teach you how to do that. So anyway, I love you all. I thank you for showing up. Don't forget your power. I'm powerful. I'm open. I'm worthy. So try your power poses out. Say your affirmations 10 times each. By the time we get to the end, that will be 50 times. Technically, if you say I'm powerful 10 times, I'm open 10 times, I'm worthy 10 times, and then you say I'm empowered and I'm radiant. girl, 50 times and you start to embody it with the poses, you're going to be bad in a good way. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Feel free to enroll in the Academy. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I will give you more information about that. I'm getting like 20 messages on my phone. But anyway, I am worthy. You are worthy. And I hope that you can embody it. And I hope that you found this to be valuable. And I'll talk to y'all soon. See you.